Welcome back to another Signature Camper Trailers adventure. Last time you saw us, we were battling a blizzard in the Victorian high country. Well, this time we're a little bit closer to home. We're exploring the spectacular Blue Mountains region, just 2 hours out of Sydney. First up though, we're going to head to Toughdog, where they're hosting a massive open day, and we're going to catch up with a couple of people there, including Tony from GME, Borgie from Wamey RV, and Simon from Toughdog, who will explain some of the work we've been doing with Toughdog in the background. Well, after that, myself, Sean, Aaron and Camo, we're going to be joined by a couple of other people from the Signature Campers crew, and we're going to head out to the Blue Mountains region and go and explore some of this spectacular terrain. So stay put, get a cold one. This is a 3-part series. Enjoy the first one. Let's see what we get up to. So we go to a lot of cool shows and events, but this one is a little bit different. It's the Toughdog Open Day we're at today. So what we've done is we've brought a whole lot of campers down. We've set them all up. There's cars, there's a show and shine, there's displays from Dometic, Lightforce, GME, and obviously Toughdog. And out the back, well, using Wamey RV and Borgie out there, well, we've set up a weighing station. So we've got a whole lot of campers coming today, all being weighed. I'm going to check a few things out, have some fun, and yeah, this is going to be a really cool event.
Well, I've been friends with the guys down at Signature Camper Trailers for a couple of years now. So as soon as they heard that I was starting to get into the caravan way and I'm really pushing the safety side of things, they didn't waste any time. They put on a day for all of their customers to come down and get weighed. Now, Peter, you're one of those customers, mate. How have you found it so far?
Well, I think it's been a terrific exercise. I couldn't sign up quickly enough when Greg got in touch and said this day was being organised. And even though I had to travel, almost as far as I go on holidays to get here, it's been a wonderful exercise because I've always wondered just where I stand from a physical and a legal point of view.
You're exactly right. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why is it you're curious about your weights? What got you intrigued about it all?
Well, there's been a lot of press recently, especially in Queensland, of vans getting pulled over and weighed. And we've been right out through Western Queensland and so on, and the number of vans I see on the road and the way they're travelling, they can't possibly be legal. Yeah. And this has been a terrific exercise because it's given me the peace of mind. Yeah. And now I know exactly where I stand. Yeah. And I've got kilos to spare in just about every aspect. Yep. So, I think it's been an excellent initiative of Signatures. And I'm more than happy to have been here and get you or to get Borgie doing the sums.
Yeah, no, that's it.
And I'll take that piece of paper home and take it with me. I mean, I've tried to make the van as realistically loaded as I possibly can for when I'm travelling. Yeah, yeah. And I know I've got a bit of capacity to spare.
Well, that's the key thing is you want to make it, as realistic as possible. So how you would travel on the road, load it up, full tank of fuel, all the water tanks topped up, and you can actually see in real time what that setup's going to weigh and get a nice and accurate result.
Exactly.
And you did just mention something as well before, and it was having the knowledge now. You know where you stand. Yep. Okay, so you haven't buried your head in the sand. You know what's going on. So, do you think you've learnt much out of today? Was it a good experience overall?
Excellent. Yeah. Excellent experience. Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yep. Very good.
All right, Peter. I'm going to shake your hand, mate. Thank you very, very much for coming. And I've got to thank Mark from Signature, or the whole Signature team, for putting on the day as well. This has been a great event, hasn't it?
Yep, here. It's been terrific.
Yeah, that's really good stuff.
Good service from Signature as usual.
Yeah, no, perfect. Look, guys, I've just got to say, keeping track of the weight of your caravan or your camper trailer and your tow vehicle, it's super, super important. Much better off knowing your weights than burying your head in the sand. So if you want to find out what your whole setup weighs and all the individual weights as well, jump online. You can find us at wameyRV.com.au. You can find us on Facebook. Get in touch, book your session in, and we'll see you soon.
Righto, so we got Tony here from GME as part of the Toughdog and Signature Camper Trailers Open Day. Absolutely awesome to have you here. So,
No worries.
just want to chat about a bit of communications when you're travelling with a convoy and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, for sure. Look, it's super important to have communication when you're travelling, particularly in areas that don't have mobile phone reception, which, as I'm sure you know, like you don't have to go far out of the cities to lose mobile reception. So if you're in a convoy, having radio communication can make things a lot safer and also a lot more pleasant. You know, you can have a chat while you're on the road. And of course, from a safety perspective, if you're passing big trucks and you want to know when it's safe to pass, being able to call up that truck driver on channel 40 on the highway channel, and they'll be able to tell you when it's safe to pass, it just makes the whole situation, you know, a lot better for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not having people going out, getting lost, have a bit of banter as you're going along. And
Yeah, that's right. And also being able to chat to other people on the highways. You know, the national channel for caravans is channel 18. So when you're out travelling, if you want to talk to other caravanners, you can always pop it on 18 and, you know, talk to other people who are in the area, and they might be able to tell you good spots that you don't know about and, you know, places that you should check out in the area.
so I guess one of the big things for us, Tony, is going out, doing off-roading as well. So you've got those handhelds
Yep.
running up the track, you know, running winch lines or whatever if it gets a bit dicey. So you can always have that communication of what's going on.
Yeah,
So-
for sure. And, you know, you don't have to have a really high-powered radio or a really expensive radio for spotting. Just a little 1-watter, you know, it's under $100 to buy, but it just gives you that comms back to whoever's driving, helps them, especially if you're spotting them. And as you said, you know, if you're under a winch line, it's just a safety aspect, having that communication there.
So you guys are obviously supplying the cellular antennas for when you're boosting your cell phone signal, but beyond that, so what are you looking at there?
So look, obviously cellular boosters will only increase a signal. They won't create a signal where there isn't one. So they're a good tool to have. Of course, UHF radio is a great way for close range comms to be maintained outside of those cellular areas. But if you're doing really remote trips, say you're going across the desert or, you know, out across the Nullarbor, if you find yourself in an emergency situation, you may need to look at some other form of communication device. And we offer a range of personal locator beacons. So they're a satellite distress beacon. So if you are in a situation where someone's life's at risk, then you can set off that beacon, and there's an international satellite system which will alert the authorities, and they'll get your exact location and they can come and help you.
So definitely vital out in the remote areas. So.
Yeah, it's just good peace of mind. It's one of those products that you don't ever want to use, but if you do need it, it's really handy to have.
They're free, mate. You can take one of them.
Mark, awesome day, overwhelmed with the support. I mean, we've had a few hundred people come through.
I have.
You've been on your toes all day with your trailers.
I have.
Look, amazing response, mate. It certainly highlighted a few of the trailers
Yep.
being next to their GVM. What are your thoughts on the whole day?
It's
Was crazy, right?
Oh, it's been unreal. I mean, the link between, you know, Signature and Toughdog has been growing over the last 12 months
Yep.
or so.
Yep.
All of our hybrids are now running all this awesome gear, and
Yep.
it's only because of the development work that Toughdog has done
Yep.
in it. And then today at the open day, you've been kind enough to let us actually set up a whole full weighing system,
Yep.
you know, using the Wave Borgin, the Wave RV setup. And I've learnt a few things,
Yeah.
just from seeing the cars, because we got customers to come fully loaded up,
Yeah.
how they would, and yeah, it's really interesting seeing the different cars and the different, you know, car camper combos and how
Yeah.
they're sitting
Yeah.
on the road. It's been an epic day. We've had so much fun with the guys from Toughdog. Showroom's been open. We've had campers being weighed out. We've had displays all over the place. It's been, yeah, a pretty cool event.
Crack of a day.
But it only gets better for us because we're on the way back to the showroom. We're going to pack some campers up and, well, let's go. Let's head west. Righto, so we've just left Sydney, just left the workshop, and we are heading westbound. So we're going to go the Bells Line of Road. Bells Line of Road is a fantastic road, nice, you know, twisties, beautiful scenery through the apple orchards. There's a million and one places you can stop and, you know, grab something to eat, grab some apples, apple pie. That's the way to go. But what we're going to do is go to one of my favourite little coffee huts, and that's the Grumpy Baker in Bilpin. So we'll stop off there with the crew, grab a coffee, grab something to eat before we continue heading westbound. So if you're cruising through Bilpin on the way out to Lithgow or out to the Central West, well, this is one of my favourite places to stop, the Grumpy Baker. And well, look at that. Get that one into you.
Righto, so we're keen as to get out of Sydney, hit the trails. The first stop was the Grumpy Baker up near Bilpin. Filled ourselves up with pastries. Maybe that wasn't the best idea because we're about to do Rigby Hill hike.
So first stop for the crew on the trip is, well, we're in the Blue Mountains National Park, which you can see here from this sign here. And there's stacks of walking tracks, but it's the rock formations that are really cool and what I really love. So where we are is we're actually at Pierce's Pass, or Pierce's Park's picnic area, which is just off the main road. Quick scoot in, you can bring your two-wheel drive cars down, you can bring anything down. We brought the trailers down, as you can see. There's all sorts of cars around here, so we're going to go for a quick walk and we're going to check out some of the view. The valley is just absolutely brilliant. We're seeing glimpses of it through the trees. Can't wait to get up to. We're going to do Rigby Hill Track, which is only about, says it's about an hour return. I think we'll probably do it in a little bit less. We're all pretty fit, pretty pumping, ready to go. So head up there and check out this view. So we're on this track and they've said it's 580 meters and they've said it's about an hour, and that's usually a pretty good indication of the conditions or the climb that you're going to be tackling. So if they say it's like a kilometre and it's going to take 10 hours, well, you know you're in for a hell of a hike. But this one, about an hour, 580 meters, hour return, half an hour there, half an hour back. So far, it's been a pretty cool little hike. We're only about 5 minutes in. What is so cool about locations like this is just seeing the sheer drop of the valleys, and you can see the different colours in the rock wool. So obviously over time, as the mountains have risen and the valleys have fallen, it's just created this massive, path, basically snaking through the national park. And even down there, you can see the creeks and the rivers. It's completely untouched. It's as it was, however many years, thousands of years ago. It's hard to get down there, so I can guarantee not many people have been down there. But yeah, what an incredible destination. And yeah, seriously, like 2 hours out of Sydney. Spectacular. That was a really cool little walk. About, 45 minutes we were on. They estimated about an hour, and geez, that view was just absolutely sensational. So, 5 minutes off the road, if that. How cool is that? So, we need to hit the road because we've got a train to catch. Let's get to it. So we've stopped off at the Zig Zag Railway, and how cool is this? Built in 1869, it was actually the direct railway link between Western New South Wales and Sydney. And basically the way that the Zig Zag Railway worked was the train would come down, it'd get to a really steep point of the track. So rather than too steep for the train, so it would actually unhook the carriages, the locomotive would then go to the other end of the train and bring it down. And the whole train would zigzag down the mountain, and then obviously it would be able to continue on its way to out to Western Australia, Western New South Wales, I should say. So what happened? Well, that was from 1869 to 1910 when a whole bunch of tunnels were built and a direct link was formed between basically Sydney and Western New South Wales, and the Zig Zag Railway was closed. It was closed until about the 1970s, so about 60 years later, a group of enthusiasts came, resurrected, and basically brought the Zig Zag Railway back to life, and it's been hosting families and field trips ever since then. I did it when I was a kid and I can remember some great memories. In 2012, the place shut down. Government regulation, costs, everything else that's associated with running something like this became all too much, and well, 2012 we lost the Zig Zag Railway. What's happened since 2012? Well, we've had floods, we've had bushfires, we've had pandemics, we've had everything. Everything you could possibly throw at an event, at a attraction like this. And recently, they brought it back to life. So 2023, we're in now, that's what, 11, 10 years later, and the Zig Zag Railway is back. So a whole bunch of money was thrown at it, the community got back in behind it, and this thing is absolutely epic. So only runs certain weekends of the month. I think every second weekend or so, you've got to buy tickets. We're here to check it out. What's here now that wasn't here in 1869 is a coffee shop. So we're gonna go grab some lunch with the boys before we hit the road and head to camp.
First class, conveniently near the bar. Train's leaving.
So this hill down into Lithgow is an absolute doozy, and well, there's a couple of things you can do with your car to save not only your car, your gearbox, but your brakes most importantly. And what we do and what we do with all the four drives is actually drop down a couple of gears. Even if you're in an automatic transmission, you're going to have some form of a manual sort of select, Tiptronic or the like. And we just knock it down a couple of gears and let the engine do the work. You might hear it, revving what sounds like it's revving its guts out, but as long as you're not redlining it and sending the pistons through the engine, it'll be all good, and the engine's going to do the work, which means it's going to save your brakes. Your brakes aren't going to overheat. You're not going to glass them over or anything else like that. So best tip I can give you when traveling down long steep hills like that, not just off-road but on-road as well, is use the gearbox, slow the car down with some engine braking. Best thing you can do to look after those brakes. Hey Aaron, how epic was that train, eh? Bit of a surprise?
Yeah, it's a bit of an engineering marvel, that thing. I would actually love to go on that one day. Yeah, so top tip from the old fella in the cafe there, he said take the middle carriage on the station side, apparently the best views and the most comfortable ride.
I'll have to take that tip when I go on the train next.
So we haven't ticked the train off yet, but I think we'll have to head back there one day and do that little expedition. And now we've just turned off the main road into a bit of a secret campsite of mine, which I'm not too fond of telling people where it is, but we've just turned off the road near Lithgow. What do you reckon, Aaron?
Well, one of my favourite places to camp is in like a state forest, because a little bit less restrictions and yeah, it's just a lot better. Get your firewood, bring your dogs, all that sort of thing. It's pretty chilly out here this afternoon, so I dare say we'll get a big fire going, so we've got plans for dinner tonight.
I think if we get the fire going, we'll be doing a bit of a cook-up. So I reckon a few sausages, a couple of snags. Oh no, the same thing. A few snags and a couple of steaks should be the way to go. So basically at the moment we're just doing a little bit of track building. We're just filling in this hole, the overhang, lawn camper, we don't want to do any hardcore football. A bit of hardcore football driving tomorrow, but at the moment we're just getting the campers into camp rather than risk losing the rear slider. Just put a couple of logs into the big hole and let the camper slide over the hole. Easy as that. So we've got an unreal team at Signature. Pretty much everybody that's involved in SCT is actively involved because they love the industry and they love camping and they love four-wheel driving. So we're really fortunate with the people that we've got in our team. They've always been hassling us though to come on one of these filming trips. They actually want to see what what we get up to, how much is involved, and just come and and experience it and have a good time. So it was sort of the perfect opportunity, being we were only 2 hours from Sydney, close to home base. We thought it was a absolute perfect chance to to tweak the roster a little bit to allow the guys, if they wanted to come out and spend a night or two with us, which was great.
Alrighty guys, so we're camping here again tonight. So we've got an awesome little base camp here. We've got the solar up on the roof of the hybrids here, so they'll be charging while we're away through the day. But just thinking about the forward folds, you might get a panel. Hey Sean, have you got that red arc panel getting about?
Yeah, got them.
Might put it on Frankie and sort that one out, get on charging through the day, and should be all good.
So we're just setting the panel up here. It's a little bit shaded at the moment with the tree coverage, but throughout the day the sun should track over and work out for the best solar spot for our camp here.
So the beauty about a campsite like this is the truck is about 100 metres up the road up there. So we're going to air down now while we're at camp, let the pressures out, clean up camp, and then hit the tracks for a day full driving. Pretty much as soon as we rolled into the track, it just turned into rainforest almost instantly. The trees changed, the fawn, the whole environment changed into this stunning rainforest, towering cliffs. So we pulled up and went and had a look at one of the Aboriginal caves and parked the cars up and went for a walk.
Yeah, so the cave along the Blackfellows hand trail, pretty good experience. I've actually never stopped there. I've done the track so many times. It's worth it to pull up in the car park, do a short 5-minute walk up to the caves. What a great experience.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. The way the rocks were, lifting up over the walking track, and water running through it, and yeah, it was stunning.
So first track of the day, all the boys out, we hit the Blackfellows hand trail. Beautiful rainforest, looks like a scene out of Jurassic Park. Love driving through that sort of area. The rain just really set in through the day. All the small puddles just got larger and larger. It's just funny, everyone got their confidence and when we were going around them at the start, we just ended up ploughing through them.
So in the Blue Mountains there's heaps of tracks, and you don't have to stick to the main track and hit the main bog holes. It's a bit of a pick your own adventure. You can go around and find the easier tracks through. Myself and Greg, we're in pretty stock vehicles, but that's the fun thing about it is you can pick it and choose where you go and pick your own line.
Righto guys, we've just finished the Blackfellows hand trail and now we are heading over towards the Lost City. I'm not sure if all the boys have seen what it's like over there. It's pretty cool, so if we get over there we might set up for some lunch. So the track down to Lost City, it's a bit of a choose your own adventure. There's plenty of chicken tracks. Obviously you get a standard sort of dual cab or whatever down there, but you know, when there's a few good wombat holes and you got a chance to lift a few wheels, we can't really resist that.
So I was really looking forward to going to the Lost City. I've seen Aaron's shown me pictures before where he's been there, and you know, it's one of those places that you got to go and check out just for the natural wonder of it. But the weather just turned on us. So once we got up there, it was raining, it was windy, felt like it was about to snow, to be honest with you. And so while we didn't get to really fully enjoy the experience, it was good to be there nonetheless and check it out.
The weather didn't really ease up, probably actually got worse. So the view wasn't amazing for the guys, but I've actually been there before, and yeah, just this is what it looks like when the weather's good.
We've got an unreal team at Signature. Pretty much everybody that's involved in SCT is actively involved because they love the industry and they love camping and they love four-wheel driving. So we're really fortunate with the people that we've got in our team. They've always been hassling us though to come on one of these filming trips. They actually want to see what we get up to, how much is involved, and just come and and experience it and have a good time. So it was sort of the perfect opportunity, being we were only 2 hours from Sydney, close to home base. We thought it was a absolute perfect chance to to tweak the roster a little bit to allow the guys, if they wanted to come out and spend a night or two with us, which was great. So we had Greg, Greg was the national sales manager. He came out, he brought his new Amarok out and put the Amarok to the test, and that thing was sensational. With Toughdog had sorted out the suspension on it. Otherwise it was running standard tyres. And yeah, he had a ball in that. And we had Pat, who's our workshop manager and looks after all the production side of things. He's always been an avid four-wheel driver. He had his Hilux, same thing, small lift in it. He's running Toughdog, I think, leaves in the back. Avid camper. He brought Frankie out, and what was cool about Frankie is Frankie's been everywhere. Frankie is the forward fold that we've taken across the Simpson Desert. It's been through all of the Off-Road Adventure Show series. It's absolutely a lot of the marketing material that people see, the brochures where it's in unusual locations and everything. That's all Frankie, and Frankie's still going strong. So Pat brought Frankie out. Then we had Jacob and Thomas, both from the workshop, come out. So it was really, really cool. A couple of the boys couldn't make it, which is typical of a weekend. People have got things on. But it was really cool to have everybody that could come out, get the fire going and have a few laughs and get to know each other. Every time you come out here, the scenery absolutely blows my mind. There is no reason you shouldn't make a special trip out here, even if it's just for a day trip. Sensational. So thank you very much for joining us, and thank you to the guys at Toughdog for hosting us at their open day. We had a blast out there catching up with all of the team out there, including Borgie from Wamey RV, Tony from GME, and obviously Simon from Toughdog. Well, the guys from Signature, they're all heading back to the workshop. So myself, Aaron, Camo and Sean, we're going to continue the adventure, so make sure you stay tuned for episode 2.
Just taking them home.
Well, what do you have there? Camo?
That aimed to plan it.
You have to supervise children on this one.
So yes, always supervise children.
Did you bring any children to supervise?
No children today, but there's also cliff edges you've got to watch out for.
I heard Eddie made the trip.
Did he really?
I think Eddie's somewhere.
Eddie's back. Oh, that's funny. I did definitely. Watch the mud everywhere.
He's a floater. Oh no, I'm gone.
I stepped back in the blackberry bush.
Oh, these were clean this morning. Mum's going to be pissed.